Yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0, and in today's video, we're gonna talk about how to make a guy obsessively think about you. This is not about how to make a guy love you. This is not about how to create that strong bond where you guys love each other and you guys are able to bear through anything together. But this is more about creating that obsession where he consistently thinks about you. It's not the healthiest kind of obsession, but it'll keep him thinking about you. Now, mind you, this obsession is something that's not permanent. It is something that's at most temporary and could give you enough time to actually develop that bond. All right, so this is not the end all technique to creating love, but it's not a bad way to start about it. All right, so the most important factor in applying all of these tactics that I'm teaching you guys is the subtleness. Or maintain the subtleness. The subtleness is what allows you to maintain the reputation that you have. It's what allows you to maintain the air of mystery. All about the subtleness. Don't let the guy like you. Don't make the guy. It's not allowing the guy to think of you as a manipulator, like to see you as someone who's trying to manipulate him, to see you as someone who's trying to get in his mind, or else things will fall apart because he'll get resistance towards you. It'll build up resistance. So the key to making his work is all about allowing him to be relaxed or distracted. You see, that's the key to making these tactics. Which you gotta know how to set the proper settings to make this work. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to do it. So this allows your suggestion to accept the man's mind at a deeper level because he's either distracted or relaxed. It's more about making their thoughts and emotion control him after the interaction. All right. So this is done through this simple process. You guys ready? Let's get started. The simple process is like this: strong statement, then retracting it. That's one way to do it. For example, it's kind of like saying, it's kind of saying, I'll be honest. Most guys I go for really are actually never mind. Anyways, and change the topic. You see? And then you change the topic because what's going to happen is you're going to be like, what do you mean? What you mean by that? Like, what you mean? Like, what do you mean? What kind of guys do you usually go for? If you would have immediately just said, these are the type of guys I go for. Boom, 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 boom. What's going to happen? He's going to be like, oh, look at her. She's trying to make me feel, she's trying to tell me that I'm not her type and she's trying to get me to like her. No. What you're doing now is kind of like saying, you know what, to be honest with you, most of the type of guys I usually go for are, you know what, never mind. Anyways, change the topic. You see, you're going to make him return to that. Be like, what you mean by that? What you mean by that? Now, when you tell him, it's going to appear more honest because he's the one that asked for it. You see what I'm saying? So you're not being direct. You're allowing him to be curious by creating that curiosity, right? And then you're retracting from it. Statement and then retract it. And my bad, I shouldn't be saying that. Oh, I should not be talking about that. And that's going to make him chase even more. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. Actually, never mind. You see, that's how you do it, right? This happens a lot, even in these videos. That the things that people want to hear the most are the things that I retract a lot. All right. Number two, saying a statement of a guy you find attractive and then changing the topic. That's another one. Wherein you talk about. I always talk about the same example because it's very simple. Where when you talk about, oh my God, I love Leonardo DiCaprio, man, he's just so cute. And I look like him. Imagine the guy, he's dark skinned and all that sort of stuff. You're like, I love Leonardo DiCaprio. He's just so cute. Anyways, blah, 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 change your topic, right? You just change the topic. What's going to happen is that you're not saying that he's my type or you're not my type, but rather you're just saying, I just love the way he looks. I've always had a crush on guys like that. You change the topic. Like you just change the topic because you're changing the topic because it's for you, it's no big deal. But to the guy, it is. When you're talking about your birthday party or about what you want to do in your life, in his mind, in his unconscious mind, in his subconscious mind, actually, he's going to be thinking about that. And days later, he's going to feel that insecurity through wanting your validation. I'm telling you, this shit works. Number four, insinuation can also mean communicating something and make him feel like he read the wrong signals. You see, for example, you're insinuating that you want him, right? Clearly insinuating it, but then right at that moment when he feels like he has you because of your insinuation, you create a barrier and you tell him, I don't think so. What the hell are you doing? You maybe you read the wrong signal. For example, inviting him to watch Netflix. Well, hey, come on, but let's watch a movie, man. Oh, for real? Yeah, let's go watch a movie. Let's go watch 50 Shades of Grey. You know, you just invite him to watch 50 Shades of Grey. And then you dress in a way that's provocative, and all that sort of stuff. And right when he feels like, man, she fucking wants me, you're insinuating that you want him by the little subtle things, by inviting him to watch Netflix with you. No one's in the house. You guys are on the couch. Everything is dark. You guys watching 50 Shades of Grey. And he feels like he has you not because you're saying it directly, but because you're just saying it in a very subtle way through your action. And right when he makes the move, you're, oh, I don't think we should do this. We're just friends, man. We should not be doing this. We're just friends. And you create that barrier. But you create the direct barrier, but indirectly you communicate, come at me more. Right? And so you're making him expend effort towards you, and then you're pushing it back. And now now he's like a little fiddle. Now you're controlling him by the way you're insinuating things. He's gonna get confused, and guess what? He's gonna begin thinking about you. He's gonna begin trying to understand you. Does that make sense? All right. So another one is when you guys are hanging out, talking about how no one is in your apartment, right? For example, like let's say you guys are on a date, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, there's no, now I live around the corner. No, there's no one in my house. Yeah, it's usually empty. Oh yeah, my apartment looks very nice. Yeah, this looks like this. My room is so beautiful. It has like that. You should definitely see it one day. Blah, blah, blah. You keep changing the topic. What you're doing is you're making him think of being in your room. You're incepting his mind. He's gonna begin fantasizing being in your room. You see, you create a very vivid image by just talking about it, talking about how it looks, talking about how nice it is, talking about how fresh it is. You're just creating a little fantasy in his mind. Another one is giving him a quick glance into your sensuality by immediately going from friendly to sexy. In the last part, we talked about talking directly about sex, right? That's one way, like talking about what you love to do without being hoary, like talking about what you love to do. I love deep throating, right? And then you just change the topic, like saying, "Oh, we should not be talking about that. How dare me?" Right? This one is more about the tonality, right? Like giving him a quick glance at your sensuality by immediately going from friendly to sexy, right? For example, like this one girl, right? A couple of weeks or months ago, I forgot. We were talking, we were in her apartment. She was just talking about, random stuff, right? And then she was like, and then she changed the topic. She was like, I'll be honest with you. She looked around, right? And then she went into my ear. I fucking love when guys do that to me. Or like saying, I forgot what she said. She was like, I love when blah, 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 like that tone, like, and then boom, go back, right? Like, boom, go back. And then she sets a barrier of friendship. Like, oh, no, we shouldn't be doing that, right? That shit, when you get the conscious of she's just nice, she's just nice, then suddenly you bring down the tone, bring down the energy, you get a little closer, you whisper into the ear, and then you go back. That's not fair. That's not fair, man. Don't do that. Subtle gestures and looks, all right? Let me see. Subtle gestures and looks. When the guy is talking, act as though you're either happy with what he said or disappointed with what he said. Subtly look away, giving him the what the fuck look, right? Or even staying a little quiet will make him change his course a bit. Trust me, it works, right? So men are always trying to read your facial expressions in your subtle communication. For example, you be like, nah, man, I only like Latinas. I do only like Latina. Not only, but like that's what I prefer. You like, yeah, man, I only like Latinas. Okay. No, seriously, but I like white girls too. Oh, for real? Okay, cool. Wow. No, not wow, because then you're just being a bitch. But like the subtle, okay, and the investment. Oh no, but seriously, I do like you guys. Oh, for real? Oh, okay, cool. Boom, and you're back to that, right? Or you'd be like, nah, man, I work at this bank and I make this much money. Oh, okay. All right. And the little, okay, right? Insinuates like, oh, okay, right? You don't have to really be disappointed, because then what you can do then is when you notice that he feels like he's disappointed, he's gonna invest, like, but seriously, blah, blah, blah. In that investment, like the extra effort after your detraction, then you reward and you go back to normal, right? You just subtly insinuate, maybe you did something wrong. You see what I'm saying? Again, it's just subtle, like the subtle quick glances is what really makes a difference. And mind you, all of these tactics are meant to get the guy to think about you more afterwards. You see, they aren't meant to make him love you. These they're like, there are other tactics for that. Now, where you might mess up in, and where a lot of women might fuck up in using this tactic, is use this to make him think of you. You see, but don't use it solely as your only tactic to make him like you. That's the mistake you're doing, right? If you use this too much later on in the relationship, it's good to use it in the beginning, right? But don't use it later on in the relationship too much, because it'll stir up the wrong kind of doubts. You see, use this to plant the seed and set the soil so that he's ready to receive your suggestions. But don't go overboard though. Be direct once you know that he's yearning for you. Once he's like, oh fuck, I fucked up, let me invest more. Boom, in that investment, then you go in there, because now he's like, please show me something. Please, I'm trying to get you back to me. You see what I'm saying? So this will make him think of you even more, because in that space of you not responding to him, in that space is what's going to make him become obsessed about you. He's going to try to figure you out. What are her intentions? What does she mean by this? Why does she say she loves God to look like her and kept her? Am I not enough? You see? So, but the point is that once he believes that he has you, you don't have to use his tactic as much, insinuation. You see? All you gotta do is just take subtle step backs. By subtle step backs, we're not talking about jabbing at his ego, but just subtle step backs. Don't text back as often, or don't put that many LOLs, or cancel a date from here and there. Little step backs. Not saying that I prefer these kind of guys, but just subtle step backs. This is not about creating pain or inflicting pain. It's just subtle step backs so that he can work for you more. When it comes to later on in the relationship, trying to get the guy jealous by being overly direct is a problem. The more subtle you are and you're taking a step back, the more they're gonna work. You see, but this art of insinuation is not about inflicting pain. I mean, it's not about making the guy love you. That's what I want you guys to keep getting in your head, all right? So that's it. I hope that made sense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man, Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.